Hey, welcome to the Relentless Positivity Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Martin. We got another great episode for you this week. My guest today, he does a little bit of everything. He's got a lot of slashes in his name. So he's a host, he's a musician, he's a drummer, he's a songwriter, recording artist, creative consultant. And when you think of the voice and personality behind Alabama A&M University, you think about my guest, Dray. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey man, thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you for reaching around and just saying, hey, everyone needs to hear more about your story. You know, I like to stay behind the scenes. I like to be quiet a little bit sometimes. But man, I really do appreciate this invitation.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah. You guys will see why I'm having him on. Just hang on. You'll just get to know him a little bit. So let me ask you, you do a lot of hosting. What's the strangest event you've ever hosted?
The strangest event I don't think I've had a strange event that I've hosted just yet. That's the ironic thing. So I almost want to say it's a blessing too. It's like on wood. But I can't say that I've had a weird or strange event yet.
Yeah, man, you've had a lot of range. I know you've done a lot of unique events. I've never met anyone that's hosted a mimosa event. So yeah, that's a unique one right
That's
there.
different than this mimosa fest. That's a whole nother thing, man. I love hosting. It's an honor hosting Mimosa Fest, man. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I bet that took mimosas a day. Hey, let's move on. That's all right. So what's the most memorable event you've ever hosted?
The most memorable event will be the number one city event, that inaugural launch pad celebration that we had in downtown Huntsville. We were celebrating a lot of things on that day. Huntsville has made a lot of strides into growing, into to supporting its own and supporting its own music, and bringing the music culture here to the Rocket City, and to be the MC of that celebration, the number one celebration, launching so many different things on that stage that same day. It was really humbling to do it in the square of Huntsville at the same time. It was just so many slashes I was marking off on that day as I was walking around. Almost all the news stations were there. You had some of my favorite bands playing there at the same time. It was just a lot of things that really meant a lot to me. Seeing Huntsville grow and actually being the MC and the voice behind it was very humbling, very humbling.
Man, there's a lot of pieces coming together in one night. That's really
A whole lot
awesome, right
of
there.
pieces, a whole lot of pieces.
Yeah. I'm gonna edit out that dad joke, by the way. It's killing me. Yeah, all right. So you do all these, you do a lot, like I said, all these things I listed in the beginning. Can you easily switch from one kind of hat to another, like when you're hosting, musician, all that? Can you easily, or is there kind of a process you go through when you switch those?
Ironically, they kind of all work in the same. I go by this saying, or I grew up by this saying and live by this saying, your talents will make room for you. Your gifts will make room for you. And ironically, all of my gifts surface around music. It surfaces around the same thing, and all the events that I have that I'm privileged to host and MC, it all involves around music, doing voiceovers. I use music behind that. MCing when I'm on stage, I still like to interact with the band or the DJ while I'm talking to the crowd or talking to the guests. So all of my talents, ironically, are coming together in one and making one big nucleus, and it's all working together. So as far as switch, I'll say the only time I really make a switch is when I'm in consulting mode, because I don't put myself in what I would do. It's never about me. Even on stage, I'll have to say that too. I put myself in the consumer stage, in the customer stage, in state of mind. It's like, what would they want? What would they appreciate? And those different type of things. So that's kind of what I kind of switch. And in consulting, I want to make your vision come about. I wanna know where your passion is at. The more I hear you talk and different things like that, I can pinpoint your passion to where I can come with the creative idea to help your passion even more, to give you that fire under you to say, you know what, let me really test this out. Let me really see what he's saying is really working. And 9 times out of 10, when people kind of listen to me a little bit, they really see some things flourish in them. They really see some things work. So again, it's just a privilege to be able to help other people in times when I can help them, and learning a process of how to switch things but still keep things connected.
Yeah, that's a cool answer, man. That's I kind of figured they might work together, but I wasn't sure if it was how the switch was flipped. So, man, let me. How tired are you after an Alabama A&M football Saturday?
I'm a football Saturday. I'm pretty. I'm in the middle. I do
Yeah,
need to take a minute just to be like, whoo. I think my first football game, I calculated 26,000 steps, maybe 30. It was between 26 and 30,000 steps that day. And I was like, whoa, okay. I understand what time it is. So I was definitely made sure I was prepared for the next game. But I do need a few minutes after I get done at a football game. I do need a few minutes.
kind of related. I'm just talking about not even just the football Saturdays, but you do so much. I mean, there's so many things going on. How do you manage your energy?
Um, I definitely have a process that I go through before a show, and I definitely do have a process after, because I always want to make sure I'm tapping into someone that's really having a hard time. Someone that's having a hard day, had a hard day. If you came out to an event and I'm the MC and you had a hard day, my goal is to make you forget about your hard day. It's make we all struggle out here at some point in time. My goal is, the reason why you're here is because you want to forget about where you are at in time. So I'm really making sure that you forget about that. So when you go back into that situation, you probably have a different outlook about it. You have a different spirit about it, different things of that nature. So I try to make sure I tap into that. So I always make sure I'm ready before I go on stage to tap into that, to save somebody's life. I always say, I hope I just save one life tonight. You never know who's contemplating suicide. Depression is real. Life is real. Life be life. And so I always make sure I tap into that before. And then after, I always go through my process just to make sure I was thorough in what I did in my presentation.
Yeah, I mean that's everyone when they hire you, all they brag about you on is, man, he connects with the audience like nobody else. I mean, is that something that you knew how to do growing up? Did you learn how to do that? Have you always been able to do it? How do you learn to make that connection with people?
Um, it's weird. I just put myself in their shoes. I've 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 been the person that has gone to events. I've known what I wanted to see, or I've known how I felt when I received those different type of elements in the show. So once I kind of got real with life and tapped into the blessing that was bestowed on me, I started making sure that that's my number one goal, is to tap into the audience, because I look at things like this, like we all connected in so many different ways that we really don't sit down and really pay attention to it. And on the entertainment side, I cannot be where I'm at, or be on this podcast, or be on any stage, or anything can happen like that unless someone comes to the event. The event does not go on unless someone says, hey, I want to go check it out, or hey, I had a great time there. And today, almost nothing is free today. So people are actually spending their hard money. So I want to make sure that they're not second guessing the money that they're spending, not feeling bad, not upset about what they're spending or anything like that. I want everyone to make sure, my goal, my initiative is to make sure everyone is happy about every single thing about that night. Even if there was a hiccup, it can be something that's laughed about more so than something that's argued about or upset about.
Guess what? There's going to be hiccups, right? I don't
Yes,
care who you
always.
are, what kind of event you got going on. There's going to be hiccups along the way. I don't care how professional things just come up, man. So you've been
Always.
around the entertainment business for a long, long time, and that's how you kind of got into that consultative space. Would you say, you kind of touched on a little bit earlier, what do you think is the most valuable thing you bring to the table with your clients on that?
Most valuable thing I bring to the table is creativity and system building. You have to create a system in
Man,
everything in it, and everything you do, and it has to be repetitive. You have to be able to do it over and over and over and over again. There may be times where you veer off the system just a little bit, but you still have to resort back to the foundation of what you're building, why you're building it, and who you're building it for, because those three things matter in every single thing that you're building. So those are one of the unique things that I bring to the table. And I also push my biggest argument, my biggest message is customer service. Customer service. I feel like in today's time with the microwave effect, I call it a microwave effect. People are forgetting about customer service. You're not a business without customers, so you have to take care of your, yes, customers. I mean, we grew up with the saying that customers is always right. That is a very false statement. Let's just be real. That is a very false statement. But how you treat a customer matters across the board, even if they're right or wrong. Is how you treat them matters. So I also push that message as well, that customer service is very important and should be a part of your foundation.
That's the voice of experience right there. You didn't read that in a book. Someone learned that the hard way. I mean, that's you've seen it in fruition in your own business and other businesses you've helped with. And man, systems, you nailed that one, man. They're so important. That way, you're not just doing guesswork. Like you know exactly, just follow the blueprint. And you give these people a blueprint. All they do is follow it, man. That is so valuable for someone, especially when you're first starting out. And you're all over the place, and if you can give them that guidance, man, that's so valuable. So anyone looking for that, Dray can really help you with that. I mean, get you set on the right path. And all you got to do is just follow the recipe at that point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's great.
Steps. You are the recipe. You know what you want to build. Create your steps and do those steps every single time.
So let's get it. Just look at a dream world right now. If you could work with any artist, who you choosing?
If I can work with any artist, I would love. It would be an honor to work with Kirk Franklin, man.
Oh man,
I grew up listening to Kirk Franklin, watching Kirk Franklin, studying Kirk Franklin, playing his music, singing his music. I would love to work with Kirk Franklin, amongst others, but that's the one that's on top. That's the one that's definitely on top.
that's he's a man. So when are you putting out your flute album?
With who?
When are you putting out your flute album, man? I know you were. The-
I mean, I'm not that talented to just sit there and just create notes like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to make up notes and put it out there. I don't think I'm that talented to sound as good as 3K, but I don't know. I may have to take about 15, 20 years and practice, and I may be able to do it then. We're gonna see.
I
I
bring
may
that up
have to
just
start
because
now.
you were the first one on it. Like, hey man, I know what y'all were thinking. You thought was going to come out. Just give it a chance. I mean, you were the first one to kind of like, hey, he's playing chess, not checkers, right here. So I had to go back and listen to it with different ears. You encouraged me to do that on your social media post, and I did that, and it's growing on me. But man,
It's I call it that album's a blank canvas. It's literally a blank canvas of everything. Every stem in that album can be chopped up, recreated, sped up, slowed down, chopped up in itself to create a whole nother song. Like it's so much stuff in that album that's that he put up in there is and to see a couple of producers tap in on it. I can't wait to see what they produce with it, to see what they come about with it, because it's creative. He has a whole he sold the world a whole studio program and gonna make money triple times off of it. That's instead of going in digitally and doing a program, he says, here y'all go, y'all do what y'all need to do with it, and I'm still gonna get money off of it because it gotta get cleared. So I feel like that's a really dope thing. Outside of him just living life and being creative, because that's what he said he did it for. He just wanted to be free, live normal. And this is his self-expression, and that's what music is for. So to still find that's why music is so important in the world. It's self-expression.
yeah, it's really growing me, man. He's talking about I don't want to be rapping about high cholesterol. I'm not gonna lie, I would listen to a whole album about high cholesterol and eye problems and back hurting. As long as it's him,
So I'm not gonna lie. I feel when he said that there's nothing to rap about, I was like, man, we can pick out anything to rap about
anything.
in the world today, especially with everything being so positive. The world trying to get in a positive lane, but he's still fighting negativity and stuff. I feel like there's a lane in there, especially with a person of his caliber. He could put out a message if he really took time to tap
Oh yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
he might, man. That dude can do anything. So,
Nah, this is true. This is true.
so let's talk about you. What's a big goal you're shooting for that you want to reach?
The biggest goal, I do not mind telling this goal. The biggest goal that I have, I want to have my own TV show.
Done, man. I can see it. I can already see it. It's done, man. Put it out there. Put it out in the world.
I definitely want to have my TV show and tap into that side of entertainment a little bit, and to let some of this creativity go that I've written down and different things of that nature. So that's one of my biggest things, and for it to be here in Huntsville, I would love
Okay.
to have a TV show on one of our local channels for our local people.
I mean, what goes on your show? What happens on your TV show?
It would be a lot of things. It would be a more so about different aspects of Huntsville, what happens here in Huntsville, a lot of things that I'm maybe a part of a little bit. It's just to highlight Huntsville in a unique way, but in a very positive way, to reach all people that may not be able to or willing to experience Huntsville for that matter, but to bring it to their couches and to bring it to their homes.
All right, someone listening right now can help with that. If you're listening right now, man, get with Dre. Let's make this happen.
It will
Hey,
be a pleasure and an honor. Let's sit down and talk.
it's gonna be a win-win. It'll make you look good, make him get on the TV and reach his big goal. So let's get that win-win going.
Facts. This is facts.
So if people can, if they want to keep up with you and follow you, what's the best place for them to reach out to you and follow what you
Uh,
do?
you could definitely go to my website. I do post a lot of dates of different events that are ticketed that you might want to come and see or visit. So you could go to Dray the Voice, DRAYTHE voice.com. That's DrayTheVoice.com. Or you can just follow me on all social media outlets at Dray LaBorde, DRAYLABORDE. If that's too much to keep up with, just go to your Google, type into your Google and type in Dray the Drummer, DRAYTHA drummer, all one word, and you'll be able to go down a pipeline and follow me on whatever social media outlets you want to follow me on.
Great, man. I'll put all that in show notes because people can't spell like me. I know. It's okay. I struggle with spelling, so I'll
I
put it
mean,
in there.
I'm not the best. I never want to spell a B.
I'll try not to
I
spell
never
it.
put.
Yeah, I'd miss and just get out. It's all right. I can go sit and eat lunch or
Yeah.
something. So, but one more thing, if you guys are listening right now, he is up for the best entertainer in Huntsville right now. So there's community votes type of things going on right now. I'll also link that in show notes right now. But tell people a little bit what's going on with that.
Man, I actually didn't even know about it. I didn't even know about it, and thanks to you hitting me up, it was like, man, we got to get this up. I'm looking like, what is this? What? I don't do what I do for awards and stuff. I literally have a true passion for Huntsville and entertainment. So I literally do it for the love, for the love, and the blessings come on the back end, and it does help. So I once I looked at it, I was really shocked and humbled. I was like, "Yo, who put my name in the pot?" Because I didn't even know about this. So to see that and to see that people are really appreciating what I do is very humbling. I probably want to say I almost took some time to almost shed a tear almost because it just hit really hard. This is my first nomination for an award here in Huntsville on any type of level, on any type of stage. So it is definitely cool to be a part of, and then to see some of the names that were on that list that I was with some really great friends of mine, and to see them being nominated is like, man, like I'm in the list with them. Like this is dope with Lamont Landers, Pat Jamar, DMR. So like those are some really great artists here in Huntsville that put on a great presentation that loves their music, love Huntsville, Decatur. It's really humbling to be on the list with those artists and to be a part of this nomination.
Cool, man. Some heavy hitters on there, but you're right along with them, man. So that's really
Man,
cool. And
it's
it's
humbling. It's
well
definitely
deserved honor, and it's a well deserved. So if you come in there and do the right thing with the right intentions, people recognize that and they want to be a part of this. That is an honor. Don't be crying about it, man. It's gonna be all right. So
I'm trying not to let my allergies mess up, man.
I get you. I
It's
get
not
it, man.
allergy season. It's not
I'm
allergy
with, I'm
season.
with you, man. My eyes start sweating every now and then.
This is fact. It's very profused.
Hey, if you're listening right now, please share this episode. Maybe they want to hear a little bit more about what Dray does for our city out there. Maybe they want to work with him, maybe in the creative space or hire him as a hosting gig or something like that. He can come play the drums, man. This man, he can do just about anything you need in the entertainment world. So maybe they need to hear about, hey, if you just serve people and do the right thing, you'll get recognized. But just please share this episode. I want more people to know about Dray. Hey, if you could help him with a TV dream, you heard it. It's his big dream. It's going to help you. It's going to help him. Share that, and maybe you'll put it in the right hands. And I think that's and maybe and then just put this out there as well while we're dreaming. Hook us up with Kirk Franklin. Who knows Kirk Franklin?
Hey, yeah. Let's sit down and work in the studio for a second. Just one song, or be on the stage with him. To be able to perform with him. Let's do that. Let's do that. That'll be really dope. That's a bucket list. I'll put that on the bucket list. I don't have too much on my bucket list, but that's one of the things that's on there.
TV show with Kirk Franklin. That's all the man needs. So help him out. If you know any kind of connections, help him out, please. That's what we do on this show. Help each other out. So hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Dre, thanks for being on the show, man. I really, really enjoyed this.
Man, thank you so much for having me. I had a great time sitting down, talking with you, telling everyone about what I do, and just hanging out with you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I'd love to be back again. If something else happens and you want to talk about it, man, feel free. I'm here.
Absolutely, man. I love you. You got the perfect energy for this show, perfect attitude, man. You're all about relentless positivity yourself. So thanks for coming on. Keep up the great work out there in the community. What you're doing with A&M as well is awesome. It's all, if you haven't seen them out there, man, I don't know how you're not exhausted. You must hydrate correctly.
I got a whole routine, man. I got to follow the routine. If I don't follow the routine, I do feel it, but I do follow the routine, and it does shows. It does shows.
All about those systems, right? So, hey, appreciate it, Dre. Thanks for you guys for tuning in, being the audience. Like you said, without the audience, there's no show. Hey, we're out here serving our customers as well. So, thanks for tuning in. Be with us next week on the Relentless Positivity Podcast.
Wow, what a great episode. You just share that with somebody. I'm going to share with you some awesome sponsors. McWilliams Marketing. They can help your business grow. Regardless of the size of the project, you're going to get a solution that is specifically created for you and your business. No cookie cutter, one size fits approach here. So Amy and her band of fearless marketers can help you with all that stuff that you think you can do, but you're not really that good at it. You don't have time for it. They can do that. They're the experts. It's what they do. Web design, online conversion optimization, SEO, graphic design, marketing, page management, all that stuff. Go let them do that. Don't handle that yourself. Go check them out at McWilliamsMarketing.com. See what all they can do. They're amazing people. Teak Patnick with Patnick Realty. He really does it all in the real estate world. General real estate sales, acquisitions, property management, investments, all that good stuff. You're not just a transaction with Teak. He really wants to build a relationship for life with you. He has built his whole business on prayer, hard work ethic, honesty, and results. You can trust Patnick Realty with all your real estate needs. Hey, I trust my brother from another mother, Teak, and you should too. Give him a call, 256-694-0117, or email him at teak@patnickco.com. Hey, these are awesome businesses. Go support them. They're out supporting positivity, and they will do you right. Have an awesome day.